LV County Championship 2nd Division leaders Middlesex picked up 3 of the 12 points they needed to confirm promotion at the start of the final round of matches, in spite of a maiden first-class 100 from Ned Eckersley and a first of the season for Greg Smith in Leicester. Chris Rogers won the toss and in gloomy conditions decided to let his bowlers loose first, and they could not have made a better start as the home side slipped to 4 for 3 in the first 2 overs. Matthew Boyce got the 4 before Tim Murtagh had him caught at slip by Ollie Rayner to end the first over. That gave Murtagh his 76th championship wicket of the season. It was an extraordinary start from the promotion hopefuls. With his 4th delivery, Corey Collymore trapped championship debutant Will Jones in front for a duck. And he then followed that up 2 balls later with a wicket of the acting Leicestershire skipper James Taylor, who was bowled off a thin inside edge also for naught. Middlesex thrashed this same opposition just a fortnight ago, a game in which Leicestershire didn't earn a single point, and it looked as if they may be in the same boat again. Jacques du Toit was back in the side, having scored only 43 runs in 7 previous innings in the LV County Championship this term, but after some while out of the team, he looked like his old self. The sun had come out to make batting a little more palatable, and Smith, another who's really struggled for runs this season, started to make the most of it as he shared in an 84-run partnership made at 4 runs per over for the 4th wicket. Du Toit had doubled his tally for the season when he chased a very wide ball from Gareth Berg and nicked behind at 88 for 4. Du Toit made 42. But the afternoon session belonged to the home side once Smith was joined by Eckersley. Smith had scored only 150 all summer, and that was against Middlesex at Lord's earlier this month, but he was to double his 50 tally in this innings. Leicestershire, of course, are rooted at the bottom of the table and so had no pressure on them, and Smith proved that with some fine shots as he visibly grew in confidence in the afternoon. Leicestershire resumed on 106 for 4 and were beginning to develop their innings nicely, not something they've done enough of this year. This was only the 4th match of Eckersley's first-class career, and he's already improving innings on innings and looks a good man to have for the future. He was ensuring that Middlesex didn't have it all their own way in this huge game for them. They can almost taste promotion. Eckersley, the 22-year-old wicketkeeper batsman, notched his maiden first-class 50 in Leicestershire's last match, and he made it 2 in 2 here. He needed 118 deliveries for this one. Smith, meanwhile, passed his previous best of the season of 84 and now headed towards the 400 of his career. It arrived before tea with this shot. Considering the right mess his side had been in soon after he came to the crease, it was a wonderful effort, no doubt cheered on by supporters of Northamptonshire and Surrey. It came off 186 balls, and that was his 12th 4. His knock was warmly applauded by Middlesex in spite of the frustration they must have been feeling at this stage of proceedings. Smith was still there at tea, by which time this pair had put on 129 to take their county to 217 for 4. It was all becoming a bit of an unexpected slog for Middlesex. However, they regrouped during the break, and in the 2nd over of the evening session, Collymore strangled Smith down the leg side as he went for an excellent 108. That wicket didn't immediately turn the game though. With runs on the board, Wayne White came out and played some shots. The best of which was struck for 6 over long on off Jamie Dalrymple. Every point could turn out to be crucial now, and Middlesex earned their 2nd when, with a total on 250, White stayed crease-bound this time and gave Sam Robson a simple catch at short leg to go for 25. Middlesex was steadily getting where they wanted to be, but then Eckersley came into his own. There should have been some nerves as he headed through the numbers, passing his previous best score of 63 made in Bristol last week, but he certainly didn't show any. Even when Rogers took the 2nd new ball, he kept finding the gaps and the boundaries. It was a very composed knock from a relative newcomer who appeared to be enjoying every bit of his chance. Now he headed into the 90s. Yet the nerves still didn't show as he raced through them and square drove Collymore to the fence to take him to the magic 3 figures for the very first time. His second 50 had come off just 59 balls to get to his maiden ton off 177, an innings which included 12 fours. It will be one he will remember for the rest of his life. He and Rob Taylor had taken the total to 294 for 6, but then Middlesex came charging back to finish off the innings at pace. Murtagh struck yet again with a leg before decision against Taylor. Then in his next over, the country's second leading bowler this year had Jigger-Naik brilliantly held by Rayner for 4. Eckersley's memorable knock was ended by Berg, who bowled him off the edge for 106 as the batsman tried to make the most out of the tail. And then Berg joined Murtagh and Collymore on 3 wickets for the innings by having Nathan Butt caught behind by John Simpson, for whom that was his 63rd catch of the championship season, making him this season's leading gloveman. Leicestershire had been dismissed at the end of the day for 319, Middlesex eventually doing what they had to do, while their promotion rivals also had reasonable days. We are no nearer knowing the outcome of the second division, but we will know a lot more once Middlesex have had a bat, which they will do when play resumes. They remain 12 points clear of third place, with 3 days of the season to go.